I need to go open the hoop house and this portable greenhouse because it's already about 72 degrees outside. It's sunny. It's gonna go up to 85 again today, which means I need to get out here and air this out. I knew I heard voices. My daughters are outside. I don't know if I actually showed you. So I know I've said it, but I did get all of the tomatoes in the greenhouse planted out, and then I added in all of the bell peppers, well, sweet peppers in between. I still have these 5, but they're gonna have to go out into the garden. And then I have this tray of basils that I need to go ahead and get out, and some more peppers. And I'm so happy finally I've gotten some ground cherries to sprout, because I have not had germination with ground cherries. It's like the 4th time we're trying to plant them, so good job, ground cherries. But everything in here is looking really good. I want to check down here by these ants. All of this is DE, diatomaceous earth, because the ants in here, particularly in this spot right here, is really, really bad. So I planted this one last. This tomato's doing so good. My daughter, when she planted it in here, Anaya, she accidentally topped it off so you couldn't even see any growth. But it started shooting back out, so that is nice. Everything's looking great. For some of these tomatoes up here in the front, I have to start getting the twine. Oh my goodness. Hey girls, can you get the spray for these worms? Ma'am? Can you get the spray for these caterpillars? Where is it? I think it's in the house. But yeah, some of, like this one right here is the tallest one. And I'm gonna have to get some string to hold it up because it is doing the gangsta lean. This right here is a sucker. I may leave that and just leave it because it does have flowers here, and just let it have 2 leaders, but then take off like this sucker right here and this one that's super close to this caterpillar, and there's one more right there. Oh, and one here. So I do need to get in here and make sure I'm keeping them to a 1 or 2 liter. But they're looking good. Ugh. There would be a caterpillar on my foot. Yes. Ugh. I want to go down here and check on the tomatoes we planted yesterday out on this trellis, and make sure the other trellis is clear for us to put tomatoes. Ooh. Today we'll probably get to this weedy bed. So these are the ones we planted yesterday. They're all looking well. The sun comes up from behind these trees, and so the sun hasn't reached these back tomatoes yet. It starts from the front, starts getting light, and then it starts slowly working its way back here. So this will be the last, or actually the fence will be the last area to get sun during the day. Ooh, I see blueberries. Ugh, and these calipers are on here. But I did see they're making a web. Okay. Oh wow. I don't know why I didn't check. They took all the foliage off of these blueberries. Yeah, they're... I didn't even think when I was checking the garden to spray these, but I guess we got the spray out. I'll spray them now. So these are the tomatoes I watered in here yesterday. I actually want to get some of them planted out into the garden, but I only have one tag for the whole row, so I'm gonna have to write out some extra tags so that I can know what I'm planting in the garden, and then leave the ones that have extra. I might end up selling some or giving some away. I just saw this one called Giant Crimson. I could have sworn that's the, what's this called? Kellogg's Breath. I could have sworn that's the one from M.I. Gardener that he's trying to bring back, and so I'm gonna have to look that up, because if it is, I'm gonna want to plant all 3 of them. There's some wasp in here. Let me actually Google that and check. So I did just look it up. I ran underneath the canopy because it was so hot inside that hoop house. And it is the Giant Crimson that the M.I. Gardener is trying to bring back, that it was like a limit on the seed packets. And so I'm going to plant all 3 of them. Okay. So I'm going to plant all 3 of them so that I can save seeds from them. And I'm going to plant them next to each other. So that makes, I think, 9, 10 tomatoes. So I'm going to need 3 more. I'm going to look in this greenhouse right here, because all of these tomatoes, I at least got 1 from all of them. So I'm going to go, I'm trying to right now just get like 1 of every variety. And then once I have 1 of every variety, then I'm going to go back and then add in doubles. Or if I see one that I really like the Paul Robeson or the, what was it? The Brandywine, something like that I know that I want a lot of, I'll just plant them next to each other. Like I did that one with the A that I don't know how to pronounce. Hi. Like I know I'm gonna do this variegated because I have one inside of the hoop house. And let's see. I know I have this Wisconsin 55. Watch out. Oh my goodness. Jade is in the way. So I think all of the ones, no. I think all of the ones here are the ones, no. Inside of, let's see. Yeah, I think all of these are in the hoop house already. So I'm gonna check these. Oh yeah, I like these Paul Robeson. I want these. So all of these, like Cherokee Purple, Chocolate Stripes, Black Icicle, Black Creme. These 2 don't have tags, but I know I want like all of the dark colored ones. So I'm gonna get these. had to take out these 3 onions. They smell so good. I don't have a massive bulb on them because they were like planted super close together. It was like 3 of them, kind of like that. But I had to move them. Well, I tried to move only 1 so that I could plant a tomato because it was super close to the trellis. But then by moving 1, the other 2 started separating as well. So I just moved all 3 of them. Probably gonna go in and use all these greens as green onions and dehydrate them, and then do the same thing, not dehydrate them, freeze dry them, and do the same thing for this onion. Well, Anaya is going to finish planting the tomatoes, and we have the water hose over here. I'm sitting here with this tray of cucumbers and squashes. I'm going to get some of these cucumbers out. I'm going to get the Space Master 88. I have 1 of those, and then I have 4 of this miniature white. I'm going to plant them in these forever garden beds along the fence where I planted the squashes at, because they are short and they don't exceed 3 feet. And with the beds being about 17 inches high and this fence is about 4 feet high, I think it will be perfect to trellis along here. And then in the middle, I'm going to add amaranth, because a few years ago, it's been many years ago, when I had my old garden in my old neighborhood, I actually planted what is it called, a wildflower mix by mistake, and amaranth grew right next to my squashes and cucumbers, and the squash bugs and the Japanese beetles did not eat my squashes or cucumbers that year. They stayed completely holeless, and they ate only the amaranth. And before I knew what amaranth was, so then I googled it and realized that it was amaranth, and that amaranth is actually a trap crop to cucumbers and squashes. So since then, in this garden, I haven't been able to plant amaranth. I think I missed a window last year, or maybe I didn't plant them in time, but this year I have a whole tray of amaranth, so I'm really excited to try it again this year and video and document it. So I am going to get this 4 miniature whites and this Space Master in these beds right here, this pink one and this white one. So as you can see, this has squashes here. What is it? The cue ball. And then back here is where I'm going to plant the cucumber. This is so good. I just saw some earthworms in this bed. So this bed is 3 feet, so I'm going to plant 3 of them in here, 1 feet apart. Sure.